get a blooper reel.
Oh, there's a blooper reel? Oh. Sit on your
As Jesus H. Christ. I love it.
Come on, man.
He was in the credits as Jesus H. Christ.
Okay, so... Oh, they actually gave her, like, a giant fake prosthetic butt.
Okay.
Wow, that was a subtle joke that I never noticed. No, but... Skateboard! Shit!
Okay, I was here for that scene and that didn't happen.
The skateboard?
Yeah.
Yeah, it did.
I thought that
Atheists!
was... Wait, I thought that was when he got teleported to the people.
Oh! Oh! Wow, this is... Okay, that's enough. No more blooper reel. Jesus Christ Vampire Hunter is on YouTube and you should totally watch it. Did you actually hear of this movie or did you just think you did?
Kimmy told me from work.
Wow.
She and her brother were gonna end up watching it, and then the thing is they apparently he had the like VCR or this or DVD.
He had like a
VHS?
VHS, sorry, not a VCR.
Yeah, VCR that you put into the VHS. Come on, man, you know how this works.
I will slap both of you. I am too tired for this shit.
Yes, we are doing this early morning because none of our sleep schedules make any sense, so screw you! But, oh my god, this movie was so much fun.
Yeah, it was...
Oh,
Okay.
and we can also watch the story of Ricky.
Well, let's not. Okay,
Yeah.
so... The movie was made in 2001.
By clearly a whole bunch of friends.
So it's got... So, for starters, there's a bunch of 90s references, like the big cell phones, O.J. Simpson.
Yeah, there was a good O.J. Simpson reference.
And then there's even a guy with a Ricky Williams jersey.
How much are these? Ah, they're freer than O.J. Simpson. Or as free as O.J. Simpson. Either way, that's actually a really good line.
Yes, for you, as free as O.J. Yeah, that's actually a really good line.
At first, I thought he was talking about literal orange juice, but then I was
Nah.
like, orange juice isn't free. So, Jesus Christ hunts vampires who are killing lesbians. That's the movie.
Yeah, and it's like...
There's like a luchador, there's a Broadway dance number, there's like a long drawn out fight with like a clown car of atheists.
No, this is not a clown car. There's a portal in there.
To the atheist dimension.
That's the line. We're gonna kick your like second coming.
No, it's we're gonna take your second coming ass down.
But, so, it's just, the atheist was like, the two atheists like pull up and he's like, who are you? We're atheists. And Jesus just drops his stuff. He's like, and then like just wave after wave of atheists come out and they have this like
car.
really cheesy like fight scene and it's terrible and wonderful. And then at one point you see the two atheist leaders making the atheist sign. And that had nothing to do with the fucking movie. That just happened. Like, the plot was actually fighting these vampires who had figured out how to live in the daytime by something involving lesbians.
Yeah, we're not 100%
It's like lesbians.
clear on...
That's what he was feeling.
Lesbian skin, organs, I don't know, but they were killing a lot of lesbians. So many lesbians were killed, in fact, that it showed up in the local newspaper. We're running out of lesbians. It's so hard to, it's cheap looking, but it's not like it's not incompetently done. Like the people behind the camera and behind the music board and the acting was all actually good.
Yeah, they knew what they were doing. They just didn't have any money.
They just didn't have a fucking budget. Like, I don't know how they managed to, like, apparently one of their friends had an airplane because the luchador flies in, like, halfway through the movie.
Yeah.
In an airplane. Like, actual lands.
Yeah, it's a...
And
I don't remember what the plane was.
the luchador was really fat.
Yeah.
I was like, dude, you are out of shape for a luchador. Well, I guess he was retired.
Yeah.
It's hard to describe this movie because
the whole movie is just bananas.
The whole movie is just bananas. Like, there's a bit where God talks to Jesus through ice cream.
Yeah.
It doesn't seem to stay on topic very well.
No, it
No,
seems to get distracted very easily. And
Yeah, this movie is
it
serious
keeps
ADD.
it really does seem to keep losing its train of plot, but it always like finds it eventually. I don't know. Like, there's like this crazy doctor guy, and his fight scene involves him using human organs as weapons because
Yeah.
of course it does. And it's just so weird and amazing.
So at least you stepped it up in the what the fuck department.
Yeah, you really stepped
Let's
it up.
try,
honey.
guys.
Like, you have surpassed. See, honey, these kind of movies are what I'm talking about when I say there's weird shit out there.
Yeah.
This is the kind of weird shit I was referring to. Stuff made by people with no oversight.
Because I mean, like with stuff like this, shock treatment looks normal.
Yeah, it really does. Although,
Shock treatment had a better budget for this.
yeah.
Yes, it did because people
Because
trust.
again, they had producers. They had someone behind them with money.
Yeah, because they trusted Richard O'Brien with money because look what. Well,
The weirdest part, actually, I'd say, apart from the organ fighting, which was so fucking weird. The weirdest part is really early on after Jesus gets like a haircut because like his two best friends were murdered by vampires. He then he comes out of the barbershop and is like, they just break into a Broadway musical number.
Yeah.
Like, they go across the town, they've got backup dancers, it's
and during this, he's like healing people and whatnot, but then they just start like grabbing people and hauling them off.
yeah, it's just so weird. And it's it's a fun Broadway musical number, but it's so out of
None of
tone.
it makes sense.
It's so out of tone for the rest of the movie. Like, this movie is most comparable to those really cheap kung fu action movies, except if no one actually knew kung fu.
Yeah.
It's because they've got like the sound effects, and it's so much fun though. And it was clear that they were having a ball making it.
Yeah.
Like, these people just had the time of their lives making this movie. Favorite part, hands down, was when the Virgin Mary calls her son. You missed this,
Yeah,
but
I
it was
missed it.
so goddamn funny. They had like a little light up Mary statue, and so it was like, "Hey son, how's it going?" On off, on off, on off. Oh, and it's a message movie. Lesbians are awesome. That's the message.
Yeah.
It really was a progressive movie.
It really, for 2001, which means they were making this about 99, 2000.
Yeah.
They were. This guy clearly had a lot of friends. It's like, I'm watching this guy and I'm like, man, I wish I could get this many people together to make a movie.
Yeah, really.
Like, I could maybe swing 10,
5.
20 people if I had my friends bring their friends.
Geez, that's like triple what I could get.
If I had my friends bring their friends, if I had Chris bring his friends, if I had Jay bring his friends.
Even if I had my friends bring their friends, I'd get 5 because, the friends
We're
of
all
my friends.
with each other.
Yeah.
Yeah. I could get maybe 20 people. This guy had 20, just extras in the Broadway musical number.
Yeah.
Now, some of them looked like family members of friends.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. This guy must be a really good salesman. He's like, hey, you want to be in my Jesus Christ Hunting Vampires movie? What do I have to do? Oh, it's a Broadway musical number. Okay.
This.
Guy must have been a hell of a salesman.
Yeah.
Man, other than that, I mean, you're really...
See it. It's on YouTube. It's free.
The description: Kung Fu action / comedy / horror / musical about the second coming.
Musical about the second coming. Yeah, definitely a musical about the second coming. They had a dressing montage. Mary
Oh, God.
Magdala was Mary Magnum. It was just... Oh, and there was some hilariously outdated technology. Mary Magnum's laptop was like, whoa! Flashback.
Oh, and the head vampire dude, Johnny, that was the director.
That was the director?
Yeah.
Okay. Apart from it being a little ADD and wandering off into tangent territory sometimes, this is a solid movie.
Yeah.
from a technical perspective, even like the ADR, which is like it's an old method of overlaying audio over
I'm familiar
video.
with it.
That was good. Like bad ADR can absolutely wreck a movie.
It was good except for that one point where
There
they
was
were,
that
they were
one
sitting
priest guy,
down.
yeah.
and
Yeah,
it
there,
just,
there are a
like,
couple
kinda like,
times where
what
they
the hell?
totally dropped the ball on it.
Oh, and there was Rasputin, who showed up like 4 times to do like
bastard.
I haven't the fucking clue what.
Every time the guy shows up, I'm like, is he still going on?
This house, the foundation of your childhood. This house is your soul. I think he's supposed to be funny, but there's so many things. Like there's this reoccurring thing they do where they focus in on this cross with like a spinning like a metal spiral behind it.
Yeah.
And it's like their transition. It's like those like 60s transition.
Okay.
Jesus!
It's a Jesus equivalent of the Adam West Batman transitions.
Da-da-da-da-da!
Exactly.
Jesus! I know for a fact Amanda Hagen has seen this movie, and now maybe I'll get to talk to her on Twitter about it, because this movie is so amazing. I mean, look, the reason I brought it up is Ricky O here, like Ricky O. That's the first movie she ever reviewed, and that is one of the goddamn weirdest kung fu movies I've ever seen. Because I think it was based on a manga, and they didn't bother to change any of the weird, like, Dragon Ball Z fisticuff style stuff. So they just did it with, like, live action stuff.
Okay.
I don't know, if you've ever seen someone trying to do the anime or manga aesthetic in live action, it is one of the goddamn weirdest things.
I'm sure it is.
Like, there's like the Cutie Honey movie. It's weird. Because a lot of it has to be done with green screens and shit. Okay, we don't really have a lot to say because this movie is just dumb, funny, and like so easy to watch.
Yeah.
It was a good movie though.
Yeah, no, it was good. I mean, it wasn't like a blockbuster or
Yeah.
anything. I wouldn't have paid like theater ticket prices to see this.
I expected a few more Jesus jokes though.
There were surprisingly few Jesus jokes. There were some at the beginning and some at the end.
Yeah.
But they mostly held off in the middle.
Yeah,
I feel like they were almost trying to be just a little careful about it, just because they were like, well.
I mean, they did have Jesus beat up a crap ton of atheists.
Yeah.
And they had his Sermon on the Mount scene, so... I feel like these people were devout in their own way. Oh! I almost forgot! The spiky-haired priest. He has like a spike afro. He also had a motorcycle helmet with a line cut out so he could put it over his hair.
Wait, no, not afro. Mohawk.
Mohawk. It was a spike mohawk. He had a line cut out so he could put it over his hair.
Liberty spikes, for those of you that know what it is.
Now I know what it is. Okay. I got nothing. But I get the
It's
next
good.
one.
Yeah, you pick the next one.
It's going to involve either Nazis or it's going to be a farce.